What if the show you loved actually destroyed one of its own stars from the inside out, and nobody knew for years? Babylon 5 was a space station set in the 23rd century, a pressure cooker of alien diplomacy, secret wars, and characters carrying weight that would crush most people. It was dark, it was gorgeous, and for 5 seasons it built one of the most loyal fan bases in science fiction history. But here is what nobody tells you when the credits roll. At least 2 people from this cast did not make it, and one of them was keeping a secret so enormous, so completely hidden, that even the people who worked beside them every day had no idea. Stay until the end. You are going to want to know who. Number 1, we have Bruce Boxleitner as Captain John Sheridan. He walked onto the show in Season 2 and somehow made the whole thing feel like it had always been his. He was 44 years old back then, and that feels like another lifetime because it has been over 27 years since Babylon 5 went off the air. His personal life had its own dramatic arc. He was married to actress Melissa Gilbert from 1995 to 2011. And yes, she played his wife on screen too, which is either romantic or terrifying, depending on your perspective. After the divorce, he found his footing again and married Verena King in 2016. But somewhere in between, a home buyer sued both him and Gilbert, claiming the house they had sold was crawling with rats and rotting with mold. For a man who commanded a space station, the real world had a way of keeping things complicated. Number 2, we have Claudia Christian as Commander Ivanova. Fierce, razor sharp, and the kind of character who made you sit up straighter just watching her. She was around 28 when the series began, and she is 60 today, which means she has now lived a life longer outside that uniform than inside it. Her personal story carries real pain. She was married to screenwriter Gary DeVore, and in 1997 he vanished. He was later found dead under circumstances that were never fully explained. She channeled years of grief and struggle into her memoir, Babylon Confidential, a raw public account of her battle with alcohol addiction. Then in March 2026, she made headlines again, filing a police report alleging sexual assault against actor Timothy Busfield. Some stories never really close. Number 3, we have Andreas Katsulas as Gakar. And if you were a real fan of this show, this one is going to hit you. He arrived as the villain, and he left as something close to a saint. He was 47 when the show began, sitting under hours of prosthetics every single day, never once complaining, always delivering. He had a wife, Gila Nissan Katsulas, and 2 children from a previous marriage. There was so much more he could have given. On the 13th of February, 2006, Andreas passed away at just 59 years old. The science fiction world has never quite filled the space he left behind, and it probably never will. If you have been watching since the beginning of this video, drop a comment right now telling us which Babylon 5 character meant the most to you. We drop new stories like this every 2 days, so subscribe so you never miss one. Number 4, we have Jerry Doyle as Security Chief Garibaldi. Tough, funny, no nonsense, and the kind of guy you actually believed could keep a space station in one piece. He was 37 when the show launched. On set, he fell for his co-star Andrea Thompson and married her in 1995. It lasted 2 years. Off camera, the years that followed were harder than any storyline the writers could have invented. Jerry passed away on the 27th of July, 2016, at 60 years old. His coroner's report listed complications from chronic alcoholism, a quiet, private battle that ended much too soon. Number 5, we have Andrea Thompson as Talia Winters. She was 33 during filming and brought a telepathic edge to the first 2 seasons that kept you genuinely unsettled. Her off-screen life mirrored some of that unpredictability. She and Jerry Doyle married on set in 1995, and then it fell apart just 2 years later. But here is where her story takes a turn you almost certainly did not see coming. She walked away from acting entirely and landed an anchor role at CNN in 2001. The critics came after her hard, pointing at her acting past like it was a flaw, and the pressure eventually led her to step down. From telepathic alien world intrigue to a national news desk, not many people can say that. Number 6, we have Peter Jurasik as Londo Mollari. Pompous, tragic, hilarious, and heartbreaking, sometimes all within a single scene. He was 43 when the show launched and is 75 today. Many fans still consider Londo's character arc the greatest single journey in science fiction television history, and it is genuinely hard to argue. Through all 111 episodes, he made you laugh and then made you ache. After the cameras stopped, he kept things quiet. He has been married to his wife Colleen since 1991, raised their son, and stayed deliberately out of the spotlight. Some people know exactly who they are when the show ends, and he is one of them. Number 7, we have Richard Biggs as Dr. Stephen Franklin. He joined in Season 2 and became the show's grounded moral center across 110 episodes. He was 33 when he first appeared, and his life beyond the set felt full of real momentum. He was married to Lori Biggs, and together they had 2 young sons. Everything felt like it was building towards something good. Then, on the 22nd of May 2004, Richard collapsed suddenly from an aortic dissection. He was 44 years old. His sons were still young. His castmates were blindsided. And fans who had grown up watching him carry the weight of that show were absolutely devastated. He never got to see how much he mattered. Number 8, we have Patricia Tallman as Lyda Alexander. She was in her mid-30s during filming, a powerful, brooding presence who first appeared in the original pilot and came back as a full-series regular. She is 68 today. Her personal life had a very Babylon 5 flavor to it. She married Jeffrey Willerth, the actor who physically wore the Kosh costume on set, in 1999. They later divorced. She went on to fight a legal battle over unpaid stunt residuals and became a vocal public advocate for performers' rights. Even after the show ended, she was still fighting for something worth fighting for. Number 9, we have Michael O'Hare as Commander Jeffrey Sinclair. He carried the entire weight of Season 1 on his shoulders, and then he disappeared. He was 41 at the time, and for years fans speculated about what had gone wrong. The truth stayed buried. When Michael passed away on the 28th of September, 2012, at just 60 years old, creator J. Michael Straczynski finally revealed what had been kept secret the entire time. Michael had been suffering from paranoid schizophrenia during production. He was experiencing hallucinations. And he pushed through every single episode, every single day, because he did not want the show to be canceled. He protected the show with everything he had at enormous personal cost, and almost nobody knew. That is one of the most remarkable acts of quiet courage in television history. Share this video with someone who watched Babylon 5, because some of these stories deserve to be known. Number 10, we have Jason Carter as Ranger Marcus Cole. He showed up in Season 3 and the audience fell for him almost immediately. He was 35 at the time, all charm and wit and a heartbreak built right into his DNA. He is 65 today. His sacrifice in the Season 4 finale is still talked about. Off-screen, he married Susie Sledge in 1997 and built a stable, grounded life well away from the chaos of Hollywood. He remains one of the most genuinely beloved faces on the Babylon 5 convention circuit. Some legacies are built quietly. Number 11, we have Tracy Scoggins as Captain Elizabeth Lockley. She stepped in during the final season and was 44 when she joined in 1998. She is 72 today. Her one marriage to John Connolly ran from 1982 to 1988, long before Babylon 5 was even a concept. She had already built a strong television resume through Dynasty and The Colbys, and kept working steadily in TV movies and series well into the 2000s. She arrived late, gave everything to the role, and left her mark on a show that was nearly finished. Number 12, we have Stephen Furst as Veer Kodo, Londo's bumbling, endlessly kind aide who somehow became one of the most emotionally resonant characters in all 5 seasons across 110 episodes. You probably also knew him as Flounder from the 1978 comedy Animal House, which means 2 generations of viewers knew his face. He was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes at 17 and later became a genuine public spokesperson for the disease. He was married to Lorraine Wright from 1976 until the end. He passed away on the 16th of June 2017 at 63. A man who made people laugh their whole lives should have had more time to hear them laugh. Number 13, we have Jeff Conaway as Zach Allen. He grew from a background figure in Season 2 into a real series regular across 74 episodes and was 44 when he joined the cast. His personal life was a storm from the start. He was married 3 times, including to Rona Newton-John, Olivia Newton-John's sister. His addiction played out publicly on Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew, and he passed away on the 27th of May 2011, at just 60. 3 marriages, 1 very public fight, and a character that deserved a better ending in real life than the one the story gave him. Number 14, we have Julie Caitlin Brown as Natoth. She made a fierce impression in Season 1 and then made a surprising exit. She was 32 during filming and is 65 today. She has been married twice and has 2 sons, one from each marriage. After the show, she made a candid public confession that still catches fans off guard. She left voluntarily. The hours inside heavy alien prosthetics every single day had become physically exhausting and creatively suffocating, and she made the call to walk away. Sometimes the bravest thing is just saying enough. Number 15, we have Bill Mumy as Lennier, Delen's quietly heartbroken aide across 110 episodes. He was 39 when the series began and is 72 today. And here is something that puts it all in perspective. Long before he ever set foot on Babylon 5, he was already a household name as young Will Robinson in the 1960s classic Lost in Space. Think about that. He has been a beloved figure in science fiction for over 60 years. He has been married to Eileen Mumy since 1986. They raised 2 children, including actress Liliana Mumy, and alongside all of it, he has sustained a serious music career for decades. Some people are not just actors, they are institutions. Number 16, we have Mira Furlan as Ambassador Delen. She was 38 when filming began, and she brought a rare, graceful depth to that role that fans still talk about. Born in Yugoslavia, she was publicly smeared and forced out of the Croatian National Theater for continuing to work in Belgrade during the Yugoslav Wars. That stand cost her enormously. She immigrated to America in 1991. The theater later issued a formal apology, which is the kind of vindication that comes too quietly and too late. She passed away on the 20th of January 2021, at just 65. She crossed oceans and survived wars to give us Delen, and the world was kinder for having her in it. Number 17, we have Ed Wasser as Kosh. Most viewers never even saw his face. They only heard that voice threading through every cryptic exchange for 4 full seasons. He was around 36 during production and is 69 today. After the show, he built a prolific career as a voice actor and scriptwriter, lending his voice to dozens of dubbed anime productions for English-speaking audiences. He works so quietly that fans regularly confuse him in search results with the far more famous Richard Chamberlain, hiding in plain sight, somehow still perfectly on brand. Number 18, we have Josh Cox as Lieutenant David Corwin. Steady, reliable, there in 36 episodes across 4 seasons, the kind of presence a station genuinely needs. He was around 28 when the series began and is 60 today. After Babylon 5, he landed a long-running recurring role on the medical drama Strong Medicine. In 2007, he married actress Wendy Brams, and together they have 2 sons. He stayed visible, stayed working, and is still fondly remembered by fans who noticed how much the quiet people matter. Number 19, we have Mary Kay Adams as Natoth in Season 2, stepping into the role after Julie Caitlin Brown's departure and appearing across 22 episodes. She was 32 during filming and is 63 today. And here is a piece of American history you almost certainly did not know, was walking around on a sci-fi set. She is a direct descendant of both President John Adams and President John Quincy Adams. 2 founding fathers flow through her bloodline. She played an alien warrior, and she carries the DNA of presidents. That is a sentence that should stop you cold. Number 20, we have Robert Rusler as Lieutenant Warren Keffer, a hotshot Star Fury pilot who blazed through Season 2 before meeting a dramatic end. He was just 29 during production and is 60 today. The story behind his character is almost petty in the best possible way. The network forced creator J. Michael Straczynski to add a young pilot to boost ratings. Straczynski openly hated the idea. So the moment the contract allowed it, he wrote Keffer's death into the Season 2 finale. Robert went on to marry Erin Louise Jellison and raise 3 sons. His character did not survive the network's interference, but he did. From a commander who hid his schizophrenia to protect a show he believed in, to a woman who carried presidential bloodlines under alien prosthetics, to quiet deaths that came without warning. This cast lived lives that no writer's room could have invented. If any of this hit you the way it should, subscribe right now, because we drop new stories like this every 2 days, and you are going to want to be here for the next one. Drop a comment below telling us which story surprised you most. And the next time you rewatch Babylon 5, remember this: the show ended in 1998. Most of these people have now lived more years without it than they ever spent making it. And for 2 of them, it was the last great thing they ever got to do.